day guys, nice to have you here. Today we will discuss most if not all of the ways to counter Yin, or at least survive and hopefully defeat Yin. We will cover topics such as heroes ideally picked against him, items, and of course some strategies. Before we continue though, I want to give my shoutouts to History Lover, Unknown Girl User, and Sean Tarazona. Thank you so much for always supporting the channel. You guys are all awesome. Yin is kinda special. Unlike most other heroes that have straightforward counters, Yin on the other hand has some complexities. A counter against him may or may not work, and the opposite is true as well for heroes that Yin can fight well against. It all boils down on your decision making as well. Which is why I strongly suggest watching every minute of this video in order for you to gain a better understanding on what his true weaknesses are. It's no mystery that Yin's ultimate gives him the ability to teleport him and his target to a different dimension, thus giving him the chance to fight his enemy one-on-one. Obviously, the best way is to either have sufficient mobility to escape or run away from him in his domain, or have a tanky hero that has so much defense and HP that Yin won't be able to take you down. However, is it really that simple? Stay tuned and listen carefully.
Some special local food?
With that being said, let's cover heroes first. If you want to increase the chances of surviving against Yin, I recommend getting heroes with superb mobility and high survivability. There are a lot of heroes that may work well against Yin, however, it is not that simple. When you are fighting Yin, you have to absolutely be on top of your game when it comes to decision making. For example, I am one of the believers that Ling is a hero that isn't very effective against Yin. Well, it's true that he is highly mobile, but Ling in most situations have a squishy build due to his reliance on his energy in order to carry the team. Therefore, the key to using Ling is giving him as much damage items as possible. Usually, we will only see him with 1 to 2 defensive items. 3 defensive items is considered borderline weak in terms of damage output, and anything beyond 3 defensive items is considered blasphemy. Just to be clear though, I am not saying Ling is weak. He is buttload powerful, but the way he was designed is meant to be a burst damage hero or any build with high damage output. On paper, Ling seems an effective candidate against Yin since his ultimate renders him untouchable. Let us however not forget that any good player will choose to use Yin's ultimate on Ling the moment he gets down from mid-air after using his ultimate. If the Yin player is fast enough, he will use his second skill on you immediately, which will knock you back and stun you afterwards, causing so much damage to Ling using Yin's first skill, which may either finish him off before Yin's ultimate expires, or if you will survive, you'll be left with a small speck of HP, which will make things a lot easier for Yin's allies in terms of finishing Ling off. Let's complicate things a little bit. Here's another example. Odette using her ultimate in Yin's domain is bad news for him, which is why some people consider her a good counter against Yin. On the other side of the argument, some people think she is an awful pick against him since any good Yin player knows that the best time to use his ultimate on Odette is when her ultimate is not available. Here's where the difference is when Odette is compared with Ling. Odette, even when built with 3 to 4 defensive items, can still be a huge problem. Odette is one of the mages that is still greatly effective in terms of damage output without the need of too many damage items. Some other examples are Valir and Lunox. If you really want to increase your chances of winning against Yin, in addition to having good gaming analysis and gaming IQ, I suggest heroes that have superb mobility and as much as possible, high survivability by either having high HP and defense or damage immunity. Now, let's discuss a couple of perfect examples. Lancelot is not only capable of outrunning Yin, he is also capable of killing Yin within his own domain. Not only that, he can also dodge Yin's skills, including his ultimate, as long as the timing is perfect. Truth is, he doesn't even need to have his ultimate just to defeat Yin. He can just keep kiting Yin and eventually take him down. Another excellent example is Yu Zhong. Without Yu Zhong's ultimate, I agree his mobility is only above average at best. Nothing spectacular here. However, given his passive's ability to spontaneously regenerate his HP and deal damage at the same time, Yin will have a very low chance of surviving an encounter against him, even in his own domain. Plus the fact that Yu Zhong is still greatly effective even if he's built with mostly defensive items. Truth be told, I mean, that is his regular build anyway, right?
At any rate.
So please, if you're going to pick a hero, choose heroes with abilities that can survive his first and second skill. Don't just base it on mobility. Base it on how much damage your hero and item build can absorb or avoid by having damage immunity. Keep in mind that having a blink or dash skill alone may not always be enough if you are playing a very squishy hero. Some people say just dodge Yin's second skill or first skill, but the truth is that's easier said than done for some players. In my opinion, it's safer if you will pick a hero with a combination of both superb mobility and survivability. Also, don't forget that around half of Yin players will equip Flicker. If he does, reaching you won't be an issue. Besides, tanks, bruisers, or heroes that can be built tanky yet still have decent damage is ideal in most situations against Yin.
Some special local food?
Finally, the itemization. These items can help you survive or even defeat Yin. Just to be clear though, equipping these items alone doesn't guarantee that you will survive the encounter. You have to make sure these items are equipped to heroes that are good picks against Yin. Also, whenever appropriate, put on Antikythera and other physical defensive items. Believe me, as long as you follow my suggestions, your chances of losing against Yin will greatly lessen. Of course, don't forget the basics as well, such as map awareness, lane freezing, overall lane management, and macro gaming. If you guys think I missed anything important, don't hesitate to let us all know on the comment section below. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe. Stay safe everyone. Peace.